Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. This video is huge, guys, because I am not only going to be bringing you some fantastic news for Cardano, for ADA, for the project, for the team, for the ecosystem. We're also going to be diving into why it is that I believe in this method of determining where the price is going to be in a certain time period has worked for us on this channel before. You guys know that we predicted Ethereum getting to 4K well before it was there. We used to bring up this chart a lot, guys, and essentially what we did in this chart was we looked at Bitcoin, we looked at Ethereum, and we looked at Cardano. We know the entire crypto space follows Bitcoin, Ethereum follows Bitcoin, Cardano follows Ethereum and Bitcoin, but what you tend to find is we know the flow of money goes Bitcoin, larger caps, and then smaller caps. It trickles down. This is why you have this kind of following effect. I'm going to show you something. We're going to quickly go over the fantastic news, because it really is fantastic news that we missed in yesterday's video. We're going to tell you why it is fantastic news. But what I really want to focus on in this video is showing you why I believe Cardano is going to get to that $4 to $5 range in the next move it is about to make. It also lines up very nicely with our Elliott wave theory. You guys know that I believe we are on a fourth wave pullback, about to enter that fifth wave. Very, very excited about what's going to happen, guys. By the way, I don't think the top for Cardano is $4 to $5. I just think that we're likely to get there in our next move. I'm going to show you why that is in this video. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the video. It looks like the overall market is starting to recover. You guys know we called the bottom for Bitcoin. We certainly said, you know, you're not going to get much lower than this point here. This is a relative bottom, and we've been heavily accumulating not only Bitcoin, but a large number of other cryptos with it. And really seeing this as the buying opportunity that I believe it is, because we are about to, this is just the half-time whistle, if you will, and this bull run is about to start continuing. So in regards to the news, guys, we know that Grayscale have added Cardano to their fund. Why is this significant? Well, I don't think people really understand that in order for Grayscale to offer Cardano, offer a project or a product, you know, their ADA, they need to actually own the Cardano. And as the demand increases, they have to buy more, etc., etc. This is a kind of institutional way for companies to get exposure to the crypto space. Grayscale is huge. This is absolutely significant, guys. And this is really going to increase the sort of buying demand for Cardano. We know that Cardano is a super strong project with the majority of Cardano out there staked. So there isn't much liquid Cardano. This is going to be getting eaten up by actors such as Grayscale, and we were going to see others pop up out the woodworks. We also know, this is from one of the Plutus pioneers, essentially saying, look, he's run the first custom smart contract on Cardano, on the Alonzo Blue testnet. The future is here. We know that this is bullish because when you get smart contracts rolled out to the public, the demand, right now most people own Cardano, and essentially they just have it sat in their wallet. They don't use it. Whereas if you, they might send it maybe from a Binance to a Ledger or whatever, or one of the Deadless wallets or something like that, but ultimately they don't use it. When you have DeFi being built on top of Cardano, when smart contracts are rolled out, the demand is going to tenfold, 100-fold. It's going to be insane, because you're actually going to need Cardano in order to use those dApps. This is huge. But what I want to, like I say, we're going to get into the meat of this video right now, guys. We're going to, of course, look at what we looked at back here and try and tell you exactly where Cardano is going. And we got this call right. We also said that Cardano was going to get to its all-time highs, consolidate, go through it, and then come back to test it. That's definitely true. Now, essentially, the blueprint is from Bitcoin. Ethereum follows it, and so does Cardano. They just do it in a slightly different manner, more of a volatile manner, because, of course, there's less money involved with Ethereum and Cardano than there is Bitcoin, so they're kind of easier to move, if you will. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So Bitcoin, all-time highs, comes back, capitulates, and kind of comes back to retest it. You can see that on the smaller time frames, but we're going to keep it on a weekly time frame for now. Ethereum did the exact same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Came up to its all-time highs, essentially capitulated, went through it with momentum, and came back to test it before then continue. Now, isn't it funny how this is still the case today, regardless of this kind of volatile sell-off? You can see Cardano is a lot more volatile in regards to its movements. This is because it's obviously a smaller market cap. But essentially, you've got that, you know, you coming up to your all-time highs, you capitulate, you don't really do anything. We had that 10-month consolidation, you break through it with momentum, and then you come back. How we predicted Ethereum was going to get to $4,000. Well, we looked at Ethereum here before it came down and capitulated, and we said, look, that's about $2,000. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's look at Bitcoin, which was around about 20,000. It went up to 40. We said Ethereum's likely to do the same thing in the next move because it follows Bitcoin's blueprint, and it did. Now Cardano up here, before it came back to retest, like the other coins did, was around about $2.30. So if we double it, and it's people are going to watch this and they're going to go, I don't really think that's an accurate way of predicting, what's essentially going to happen. But it's worked before, guys. We know pretty much for a fact that the entire market follows Bitcoin. It's a lot more kind of, it's a lot more accurate than a lot of kind of speculative methods out there. And this is just one reason of many. We've mapped out the Elliott wave theory. We've overlaid Fibonacci's. It's all pointing in one direction. Now, a doubling of price would put you around about $4.60. We think that's where you're going to get to in this next move. This bull run is absolutely about to continue. This correlates very, very nicely with our Elliott wave structure that we spoke to you about, where essentially we believe you've got your 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave. You're currently in your 4th wave. Lots of similarities between the 2nd wave and the 4th wave, what's set right now, before you enter your 5th wave. And I actually think that quite likely you are, of course, going to have smaller Elliott wave theory playing out in this next move. But, $4.60 is definitely not your top for Cardano. It's just going to be one of those waves within the bigger kind of 5th wave. You can see that as apparent on Ethereum and both on Bitcoin. They're all following Elliott wave theory, or Elliott wave theory is definitely present there today. So we're very bullish. And like I say, this method has worked and helped us to accurately predict Ethereum. I leave all my videos up, guys, even the ones I get wrong. We do get a lot more kind of calls right than we do wrong. So I'm happy with that, but we definitely don't get everything right. And I could be wrong. This is absolutely not financial advice, but I think there's just so much going on for this project. You can't help. If you're sleeping on Cardano, guys, I mean, it's already proven itself. If you take out stable coins, it's essentially 3rd in terms of market cap. Above Binance at the moment. How long that will stay for, I'm not too sure. I'm just happy it's above Dogecoin, to be honest with you. But still such an undervalued project. The grayscale thing is absolutely huge. It can't be understated. I know I just quickly skimmed through it at the start of the video. I hope this makes sense to you guys. Everything just follows Bitcoin, like we pointed out ages ago, and that's still true to this day. You can see that even 2017 played out in a similar way. Everything just followed Bitcoin. Altcoins kind of got took for a ride back then, and accrued value as a result. So very, very excited. Like I said, the grayscale thing really can't be understated at all. It really can't, because it's going to increase the buying demand exponentially. And like I say, this is just if the demand goes up for the grayscale project, they have to buy more Cardano. And when we already have a very small amount of the overall supply of Cardano that is liquid, meaning it can be traded, it can be bought and sold. Yeah, it's just so much going on. And then of course the demand is also going to increase because you're going to have to need Cardano ADA in order to use a lot of these dApps, whether it's to send it, whether it's to use a swap. For those of you who use Uniswap and stuff like that, like myself and all of the dexes out there, whether it's one built on Binance, PancakeSwap, or whatever, you need the native token in order to facilitate that transaction. So this is absolutely huge. And like I say, we're there essentially. September's sort of where we're aiming for. It's a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. There's just so much good news coming out of the woodworks here, and we are definitely thinking, and like I say, could be wrong, but it is very much following Ethereum's blueprint, which is following Bitcoin's blueprint today, that you're in this next move, and whatever shape it decides to take, coinciding with the bull run getting back on track, is going to take you to around about that $4.60 range, $4 to $5. And if get subscribed to the channel, guys, because if I'm wrong, hey, you guys can tell me, look, you got that wrong, and we'll accept that. So that is really all I have for you in this video, guys. Lots of big things going on. People really underestimate this news. When you look at it in a fundamental standpoint and what it's going to do for the demand, and we know demand and price are very, very heavily correlated. Basic supply and demand. You're going to have an explosion soon, ladies and gentlemen. So that is really it, guys. I hope you guys have found this useful. I've certainly enjoyed making the video. Go and check out some of my earlier videos, guys, for those of you who don't believe that we've made calls like this. We definitely have, and it, nothing special about us whatsoever. We just look at the charts a lot and spend a lot of time analysing cycles on a kind of macro scale. And it is absolutely apparent, even a blind man could see this, that the entire market just follows Bitcoin, Ethereum, larger caps more closely and smaller caps less so, and certainly in a more volatile manner. And you can see that is still true to this day. And there are, of course, all, there's definitely signs of Elliott wave theory within all of these cryptos, guys. That is just absolutely apparent. If you look at the way that these markets kind of work in a 3-wave structure or a 5-wave structure, and they have the kind of Elliott waves within the Elliott waves, it's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel in many respects. Like I say, this to me is the local bottom before we then continue to move up. It looks very similar to a bottoming structure. This is going to coincide with everything else that we spoke about on this video, like the Elliott waves, like the us following Ethereum, and it's funny because this sell-off was largely unexpected. Nobody really had a solid reason for it, but it really just correlated with it following Ethereum and coming back and retesting those kind of prior all-time highs in a more volatile manner. Very funny that, isn't it, how you can see things on charts that perhaps you couldn't have predicted, but it just tends to kind of follow that blueprint. That's something that I'm very impressed with. What we will do in a future video is we will break it down on some smaller time frames. I've chose the weekly time frame here because it just sums things up nicely, essentially. But we will go down and really analyze it on a smaller kind of time frame for you, so that you can see exactly what we're on about. That's all I have for you guys. Remember, big things coming. We are very, very bullish overall on Cardano and the entire crypto space. And I'm looking forward to the future, guys, and I hope you are too. That's why we make sure to always continuously remind you and make videos on Cardano, because it's just such a strong project. That's all I have for you guys. I am going to love and leave you on that note. I hope everybody has enjoyed this content. If you have a like, is always appreciated. So is a comment. I want this information getting out to as many people as possible. You guys doing that plus sharing the video helps us with the YouTube algorithm and helps us to spread this channel far and wide. All I have for you guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note, and I'll see you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.